Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Christian. Good morning, good evening, good night, good day. Wherever you are, whenever you're seeing this, I hope you are good. So guys, happy full moon in Aquarius. This full moon is bringing us so many incredible energies and I cannot wait to share them all with you guys. I wanted to definitely say I appreciate all of the well wishes and the love and support that you guys sent me on my last video. I also wanted to let you guys know that I am okay. I am fine, okay? Y'all know me. I would never make a video like that talking about my mental health struggles if I was still in the space of crisis. You know, the only reason I shared is because I am well on my way of healing. I'm feeling fantastic. I'm happy with the decisions I've made. I love the decisions that I've made. I feel good about the decisions that I've made, and I know exactly what I'm facing. I am fully aware of what I'm facing and what I'm dealing with, and I am on the other side of it. That's the only reason that I shared it, okay? I am okay. I am fine. I do not want you guys worried about me. I am okay. Now, I'm definitely going to do a part 2 just to help you guys figure out what is spiritual warfare versus what is something you need to get a mental health diagnosis for. I also want to help you guys just navigate how to go about getting help because yeah, and that's gonna be a whole nother video. I don't even want to get into that too much in this video because this is just about the full moon in Aquarius. But very, very soon, like a couple days, we're gonna have a video about how to know when you need to get help, how to know if what you're experiencing is just because of a retrograde or an eclipse, or if you're really dealing with mental health issues, okay? Because I think there's so much, misinformation about that in the spiritual community. So get ready for that video. But today we're going to be talking about the full moon in Aquarius that is happening today on August 19th. And this is such a big, beautiful energy because we have the moon in Aquarius and we have the sun in Leo, okay? Leo and Aquarius are opposing energies. They're directly opposite of each other. So we have this Leo energy that's telling us to focus on ourselves, focus on our journey, focus on our creativity, our passion, getting our light back with this sun energy. But we also have the moon in Aquarius telling us to focus on how we can better our community, telling us to look within and figure out what needs to be released or let go so we can serve the world in a better way. So we have a couple of different energies here that we're going to be playing off of and that are going to be affecting our energy. So you guys know I'm always doing private readings for any full moon or any new moon, and we are going to be doing private full moon readings for this week. So if you're interested, you can send in $35 because this reading is going to be about what's next for you in community, what's next for you on your own personal journey and your own personal path, and what is blocking you from those things in community and also for your own, good for your own ascension. So if you're interested in a private full moon reading, then check down below in the description box to get into it. I'm going to be sending those out every single day, so get into it. But of course, we're going to be doing a collective spread, okay, to get into what you guys can expect and what's just going on with this full moon. I hope you guys have been feeling really, really good. Full moons are always going to bring a lot of things to the surface. It's always going to put a lot of things in our face, okay? So I hope you guys have just been embracing that, and I hope you're just ready to see what this full moon has for us. So let's go ahead and get into the spread. As always, if you guys want a private session with me, you can still book sessions with me. I'm only taking sessions now on the weekends though. So if you guys are interested and you are free on a Saturday or Sunday, then get into it and book with me, and you can do those private full moon readings any day because I'm going to send those out every day this week. So let's get into it. But we have the reading, okay? So let's go ahead and get into the spread. Let's get into this drag, honey, for the full moon in Aquarius. So first things first, we have the thinking woman. We have indecision. We have the temple path. And we have contract. So let's go ahead and get into this. So first things first, the temple path, indecision, and contract. Whatever you're getting committed to, whatever you're stepping into, whatever you feel is going to be bringing balance into your life, you want to take a temple path. You want to take a more spiritual approach. A lot of us need to take a more Aquarian approach to what we're stepping into. Aquarius energy is very interesting because typically Aquarius, people always think it's a water sign because it's Aquarius. But Aquarius energy is actually air energy. And Aquarius energy is very much so insightful. It's an energy of thinking. It's an energy of pondering and pondering and pondering some more. So as an Aquarius, I feel like you're always going to come up against indecision. If you're an Aquarius, in this Aquarius season, in this Aquarius energy, there's going to be a lot of indecisive energy that's going to kind of be following us around and just kind of challenging us. Is this really what you want to do? Is this really who you want to be? Is this really benefiting you? Are these people really benefiting you? But we have the temple path and contract. So I feel some of us, you might be thinking, should I move in with this person and sign a lease with them? Should I marry this person? Should I start this business? Should I move to this new place? Should I, join this group? Like some of us are wanting to get committed in certain spaces. And our energies are telling us, don't commit without having a spiritual approach to why you're going to commit. Think about how things are going to be affecting you spiritually from now until forever. If you've never been a person that's been spiritually led or spiritually driven, if you're the type of person where you do this and you do this and you do this and you're just blowing with the wind, your energies are telling you to be spiritually driven. Your energies are saying, don't just step into it because it's there. Step into it because it's going to elevate you spiritually. It's going to give you what you need spiritually, because a space that's going to be benefiting you spiritually, even if it's not feeling good for you, you know that it's doing good things for you spiritually. You know, if you know you're in a space that you prayed about, you can know, okay, God, if this gets hard, if I come against an obstacle, I know this obstacle isn't just to, you know, keep me down or distress me, or like, I know this obstacle is helping me grow, versus just stepping into a situation because you want to step into it, and then you come against those obstacles and you're like, oh my God, is this a sign? Should I stop doing it? When you pray, when you meditate, when you know you're being spiritually led into something, when you're letting your intuition guide you, you're able to be more comfortable in that commitment because you know you've been guided to that space, versus thinking every issue, every argument, every conflict, every obstacle is, you know, a dark sign. So when you step into something with a spiritual mindset and a spiritual incentive, a spiritual intention rather, it changes how you feel about what goes wrong in that situation, you know? And a lot of us, we've been feeling a lot of doom and gloom. You know, something goes wrong and we're like, oh my God, why me? But if you would have prayed before you got into that space, if you would have known that God placed you there specifically, you might have a different feeling when you come against those obstacles, and that will help you handle those obstacles a lot better. So I feel like in this season, we're being called to, of course, look and face our issues, our trauma, our frustration. We're being called to look and face the things that are making us second guess ourselves, the things that are making us question ourselves. But I feel like we're also being called to say, okay, what now? Like, now that I'm dealing with this, what am I going to do about it? This is not a space to just be bogged down and worn down by your energies and by your issues, because this is also a space to look around and say, okay, who am I getting committed to? What am I getting committed to? And how is that going to help me and my vision grow? This is also a time to dream big, to expand your vision. So if you've only been thinking small, this is your time to say, I have to pay attention to myself. Because if I don't, I won't be the only person suffering. Every person that I'm supposed to teach and bless and connect with is going to suffer too. This is an energy of noticing that it's bigger than you. It's not just about what you want to deal with and what you want to heal. It's about the people that are waiting on you to get your healing so they can get theirs. You know, imagine how many people have to suffer, get healing, and write a book so you can figure out what you're supposed to do when you're suffering. You know, all of us, literally, like, we ask people for advice because there's a chance that they've suffered how we needed to suffer. So you have to deal with and heal the things that you're battling right now, because there are definitely people in your community, in your life, people that you're going to be coming across. Like, it's a part of your vision. It's a part of your path to deal with what you need to deal with so you can handle it once and for all. So make sure you take that opportunity to deal with those things so you can move forward. And I feel like it's going to bring you a lot of clarity in the space of indecision. Step into a temple path. We also, again, we have the thinking woman. So I feel like some of us, there could be a woman that you're thinking about, you know, should I take this job from this person? Should I connect with this person? Should I have a conversation with them? Seek the temple path. If a lot of you guys need to have conversations with friends, if you need to have conversations with coworkers, if there's just a woman in your life that you know you need to make a decision about where you guys are going to go, and if you don't do that, it's just going to keep eating at you and eating at you. Take the temple path. Pray about what you need to say. Write down what you want to say. Don't let these obstacles that you feel you can't cross, don't let it just bury you. Do something about it. If you know that you need to have a conversation with somebody and you can't even think about what to say because it just gives you anxiety, it's time to do something about that. It's time to do things about the stuff that makes you feel so crippled that you don't even want to look into it. You don't even want to deal with it. And this full moon is giving us the energy to step into it. Okay, let's get into some tea leaf oracle cards, guys. We have Fox, shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. So you guys are very resourceful. Like I said, read a book, pray, do some journaling, do some meditation. Don't feel like you don't have any resources available to you. It might feel like that. You might look around and feel like, well, what am I supposed to do now? Figure it out. Research, pray about it, journal about it, write about it, meditate on it, you know, read some books, look at some YouTube videos. There's an answer to whatever you're dealing with and whatever you're experiencing. So find some solutions. A lot of us need to get more comfortable and more swift with finding solutions. Like, there could be an argument that you've been waiting to have for months, and you'll see one tip that'll help you have that conversation with somebody, and you'll be able to do it and be done with it. But it stressed you out for 6 months. Do not waste your time stressing and worrying about things when the answer is right there. Be more solutions oriented in this season. We also have hand, in need of help, assistance, and guidance. in need of help, assistance, and guidance. So definitely ask for help. With this resourcefulness energy, being resourceful doesn't just mean that you have the resources. It means if you don't have the resources, you'll get it. So for some of us, you're just waiting around to get the answer. Ask some people, ask for advice, ask for help. If you need help figuring something out or making it make sense, then go and ask for it. Don't just sit there in your stress waiting for it to just pop up for you. Sometimes that will happen, but this is giving us an emphasis on community and support in this Aquarius new moon. And I'm going to talk about that a lot too in like a part 2 of my mental health update video, because a lot of people have been saying, I'm so glad you have support. I don't have support. I wish I had support. So we're going to talk about utilizing the support that you have to your benefit. And this is something that we need to do in this full moon. If you don't have friends, you need to get online and find you some friends. Seriously, you need to get online, go to the Faded Council Instagram, follow the group chat, get into it, find people that you can connect with and ask for help. There's no reason for us to be doing life alone. And if you are doing life alone, there's a chance that you're choosing to, because you don't want to get hurt. You don't want to tell your business. You don't want to put yourself in uncomfortable positions, but that's too bad, so sad. Like, you have to do life with people. You have to do life with people. And I could even do another video talking about the importance of doing life with people, because I've done life by myself so many times. I've been through a lot of really dark spaces by myself, and I made it, baby, every time. I've leaned on nobody but me multiple times, and I made it every time. But I tell you, I'm a lot happier having other people that I can really, really lean on and trust. It's a totally different experience when you're battling something with people right next to you. So definitely reach out for help. We also have dog close up. Pleasure with the close friend. So enjoying a close friend, get out, have some fun, allow your friends to pour into you. Community isn't just about help. It's also about fun. It's also about enjoyment. It's also about having the time of your life and really basking in all of those beautiful, beautiful energies. So friends are not just about help. Community is not just about, having people to rely on when you're struggling. It's also about having people you can celebrate with even in the struggle. Celebrating that you're making it through, celebrating that you're continuing to fight. That is something to celebrate in itself. So see all sides of community. Ooh, we also have boot. Increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals. So stop just sitting around. Like I mentioned, if you want an answer, if you need a breakthrough, stop sitting around and just waiting for it to pop up. Yes, sometimes God does that, but faith without works is dead. You can't just say you want something and just sit there and wait for it to pop up. You have to go and get it. You have to go do the research. You have to go meet the people. You have to get out of your comfort zone and do what you can do to make it come into your life. Sometimes God is just waiting for us to put forth a little bit of effort, because a little bit of effort shows this person can try. This person can keep going. This person knows what they want, and they're not just sitting waiting for it to come. They're ready to do whatever they can do to make it come full circle. So make sure you're ready to step into that. We also have forest, muddled and unclear thinking. So this full moon is time to get clarity. Write down what you want in community. Write down what you want in yourself. Write down what you want in your vision and figure out what you need to do to help you align with those things. Get organized in what you want to do. Make some lists, do some journaling, make some vision boards, do whatever you need to do to help you visualize and understand what you want, and also the steps you need to make to help you get from who you are today to the person that you want to be. Lastly, we have firecracker, excitement. So this is a space that we're supposed to feel good about, y'all. We're not supposed to feel like it's the world against us. We're not supposed to feel like we're bogged down. It is not a burden to change. It is not a burden to be in a space of evolution or transformation. It may feel that way, but it only feels that way because we're so committed to keeping the old version of us alive. The easiest thing you can do on your spiritual journey is be ready to just say goodbye to old versions of you. When old versions of you are expiring, don't hold on to it deeper. Don't sink your teeth deeper into that old version of you. Release it. Say, okay, God, this ain't for me. Okay. This isn't for me. Okay. Be more open to releasing every old part of you, every old thing that doesn't serve you anymore, instead of holding on to it. Change is not a bad thing. It's a thing to be excited about. It's a thing to be happy about, because you're stepping into it. Okay. I feel like there's so many video topics that's coming to me. I need to be writing these video topics down. How to get excited about change. Like, that's something that I've had to learn. Stay tuned for the videos, honey, because they coming. It's a lot that we got to talk about. Let's go ahead and get into some Moonology cards, guys. Ooh. Here come a drag. Nothing will come of this situation void of course moon. Nothing will come of this situation void of course moon. So nothing will come of this situation void of course. This means you have no course. You have no plan. So a lot of us have been sitting in a certain situation, and that there's no step 2 to this. It's not going to get better. So what are you going to do about it? And some of us have been avoiding a conversation with somebody because you know that conversation is going to show you that they haven't changed and they won't change. Stop avoiding the inevitable. If something is going to end, it's going to end. And even if you're trying to hold on to it and breathe life into it and do CPR on a corpse, on a zombie, that's not going to bring it back. That's not going to bring it back, okay? Nothing will come of this situation. Ask yourself, what am I trying to breathe life into that's dead? Because trying to breathe life into something that's dead will make you feel like you can't breathe life into something that's living. Some of us have spent so much time and effort on these piss poor ass relationships. Now that you have an opportunity for great community, you're scared. You don't want to do it. You don't have the time. You don't have the energy for community. You don't have the energy for connection. You had the energy for that person that was wasting your time for 8 years. Okay. So why don't you have the energy to cultivate something new? Recognize what you can't do anything about. A personal issue reaches resolution, full moon in Cancer. So this is going to be an emotional purge. Some of y'all need to really purge the fact that nothing is going to come from this situation. Some of you guys need to purge that the ending has already taken place and you're the only person that hasn't attended the funeral. Everybody else knows it's dead except for you. So don't be the only person that's holding on to something that everybody, even the person in the situation, knows it's done, and you're still wondering and thinking. Recognize where that indecision is coming from and accept the decision, because a lot of times we are indecisive because we don't want to accept what we know is going to happen. Take this as an opportunity to accept what you know is going to happen. Step into acceptance. It's going to really be healing for us in this season. Balance spirituality and practicality. Full moon in Pisces. Do something. Do something. Just like I said, stop waiting on the answer to just fall out the sky. Do something. See a psychiatrist, okay? Get out the spiritual bath. Get out the releasing work. And this is why I'm saying this, because a lot of us, if you have chronic depression, and let me say this, some depression, some anxiety is situational. If you have anxiety around a big thing in your life, then okay, you don't need to do anything about that. If you only have depression when sad days come, then okay. But if you are ever in a habitual, perpetual state of grief, depression, loss, laziness, low energy, fatigue, no sleep, no appetite, terrible thoughts, negative thoughts, every day it's beating you up and you just have to let it pass, that's not a burden that you need to put on your spiritual team. Some of us, we have physical conditions and all we want is a spiritual healing. When you've been told to work out more, to get outside more, to meet with community, every medicine for your mental health doesn't have to be a prescription in a medicine. I definitely think getting a diagnosis is good, because if you have a name to what you have, you can research on it. You can find holistic methods if that's what you want to do. Having a name to what you have gives you so much power. It gives you power over it once you know what you're facing. But ignoring it and just blaming it on a retrograde or blaming it on the full moon when you know you've been miserable for 8 months, that ain't no retrograde, baby. There might be something that you need to do. Okay, and that might not look like medication if you don't want to be on medication, but it might look like joining a support group or just having a group of friends that you actually get out with. It may look like starting a practice where you go out in nature. It may look like, doing some solo travel. It may look like getting a side hobby that you can put your energy into. There's so many practical things that we could do that's not medication and putting us in a fucking straitjacket. Figure out what you need to do. Everything isn't going to work for everybody, but do practical things to help you deal with the stuff that is beating you down and making you struggle. If you have trauma in your life that you can't get past, that's PTSD, girl. It's a trigger, yes. It's a part of your shadow, yes. But you may need to deal with that. You may need to do a past life regression. You may need to do some hypnosis. You may need to do some intensive therapy to help you deal with that and unpack that. Use everything that you can put your hands on to help you get to your healing. Medication has not been the only thing that I've done that's helped me. I've been intensively asking my friends for help, communicating more, being more open and honest about what I'm dealing with, getting out the house, making myself do stuff, doing practical things in my everyday life that make me feel better. Because even if you take the medicine, that ain't enough. You have to put forth the effort across all areas of your life. So balance the spirituality and practicality. Stop thinking that just because you get over something eventually, that you're doing enough. Because everything is going to fade eventually. But if you keep having that wave that keeps coming back and pulling you under, you have to do something about that. And that wave might be doubt. It might be insecurity. It might not even be a mental health issue. It might not even be a diagnosis. Your diagnosis might be the PTSD that you dealt with in your childhood that you've never dealt with. It might be the anxiety that your mom passed down to you and that her mom passed down to her. Figure out whatever it is. Figure out whatever it is that's the root of that for you and dig deeper into it and find practical things that can help support you in that change. Let's get into these cards, guys. Awareness. Look beyond what you see. Stop playing with me. Look beyond what you see. Awareness. Look beyond what you see. Don't just look at the symptoms. Look beyond that. What triggered it? What is making you feel that way? Look at the emotions that are coming up for you. Look beyond what you see. Transformation. Be open to change. Be open to change. Stop being so tethered to who you used to be. You know, this is going to require you becoming a new version of yourself. And the people in your life, if they're changing with you, they're going to love it. This is the first time in my life I've had friends that have changed with me, that have been just as committed to evolution as I am. And I'm telling you, it's life changing. So change and transformation is going to help you. Connection. We are all connected. We are all connected. This is definitely a time to get back connected, to get back close-knit with your community, with your support system. Let people help you. Let people pour into you. Let people speak life over you. Let people just really, really pour into you and believe what they are saying. It starts with you. Look within and do the necessary work that you need to do within yourself so you can accept all of the love that is waiting for you, because it is there. Lastly, our last 3 cards, guys, we have sacrifice. Sometimes surrender is painful. God is cutting away all that needs to go. Illusions, obsessions, and addictions. It's a sacrifice to love. Sometimes surrender is painful. God is cutting away all that needs to go. Illusions, obsessions, addictions. It is a sacrifice to love. So sacrifice the things that we're holding on to that really don't mean us any good. Obsession, addiction. Let it go. Let it go so we can bring new things into our life. Surrender. We have 2 messages about surrender. Surrendering to the process, surrendering to what you know, and looking for help. Looking for help. Looking for help is going to be so good. Sometimes learning to surrender can feel as if you're dying. The ego learns what's hardest: to stop trying to control the whole universe. Sometimes learning to surrender can feel as if you're dying. The ego learns what's hardest: stop trying to control the universe. Stop trying to control the whole universe, okay? Tell your ego that it is okay to surrender. Let your ego go ahead and pass. Release what needs to pass out of your life so you can step into something new. It's gonna feel terrible. It's gonna feel like everything that you once knew was being stripped away from you, but you are becoming a new person, and it's a blessing to be able to do that, because some people never get this awakening that you're about to experience. So it's rough, but you've been chosen for it and you are ready for it. Lastly, we have ease. I love that this is the last card. It's easy for me to receive. It's easy for me to receive. It's easy for me to receive. Let this be an affirmation that you guys say over this entire week. It's easy for me to receive. It's easy for me to receive. It's easy for me to receive blessings, advice, new ideas, new beginnings, a fresh start. It's easy for me to receive. So yes, guys, that is a collective reading for this full moon in Aquarius. I feel like this full moon is going to be such a dynamic one, such a healing one. I'm so excited about it, and I hope you guys are excited about it as well. Make sure you guys are tapped in and you get a private reading if you want to. They are $35. You can check down below in the description box to see how you can get a private full moon reading. It will be a video recorded reading, and we're going to be answering a couple of questions. 1, what's next for you? What's next for you in community? Like, what do you have coming in community and support for you? And also, what obstacles do you have that are blocking you from your path right now in your own transition? And also the community that you're welcoming in. What's blocking you from that? So let me know how you guys feel about this message. I hope you guys are ready for all the new content that's coming, because we have a lot of new things that we're going to be bringing to the forefront here, and I'm super excited to get into it. I thank you guys for being here with me as always. I appreciate your support, and I appreciate y'all rocking with me forever and then some. And I love y'all, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you guys again for being here with me. I'll see you guys later on, and enjoy this full moon experience. Bye guys. Bless.